What's up, everybody? I've got five more undefeated NBA trends for you guys for today, for tonight's games. It's Tuesday, November 28th. Let's get right into it. And as always, I start by saying, please never make a bet based on any single trend. If you're using trends as part of your handicapping process, what I recommend you do is that you look at all of what you feel are the relevant trends for each game, weigh those relevant trends out, and see if they weigh out more heavily one way or the other. For our first trend today, we're going to look at the Houston Rockets this season when they play in November. So it's almost as simple as it comes, which is how I like these trends to be. Very few parameters. And you can see that the Rockets are 10-0-1 against the spread this month, covering by about 13 points per game on average. And they've got two more November games. Tonight, they are at Dallas, and then tomorrow, they are at Denver. So let's move right into trend number two. And guys, if you haven't already, I ask that you please hit the subscribe button. Also hit that bell so that you'll be notified immediately as soon as I drop one of these trend reports on this channel. For the next trend, we're going to look at the Thunder, and we're going to go back to last season. We're going to look at them in regular season games when they are away, and they're facing an opponent that is averaging a field goal percentage of 48.1% or better on the season. We'll hit the SDQL button. And it wants to think. And here you can see that the Thunder, despite being an average underdog of about plus 6.5, they're 8-4 straight up, 12-0 against the spread, covering the spread by 11 points per game on average. And this is active tonight with the Thunder visiting Minnesota. So let's go right to trend number three. And if you haven't already, I ask that you please hit that thumbs up to like this video. I would greatly appreciate that. For this next trend, we're going to look at the Nets. Again, we're going to go back to last season when they are at home. And basically what all this right here means is that they have covered the spread in exactly 3 of their last 4 games. So this here is team sum. And then in parentheses, you put what the sum is that you're looking for. And we're looking for a sum of against the spread wins. And then after the comma, you put how many games you want to go back. Well, we're going to go back to their last 4 games. And we want that sum of ATS wins in those last 4 games to equal 3. So they've covered 3 exactly of their last 4 games overall. And the total posted is 230 or lower. And we'll hit the SDQL button. And you can see that despite an average line of about a pick'em, the Nets are 6-2 straight up, winning by over 12.5 points per game. A perfect 8-0 against the spread, covering the spread by 12.4 points per game. And you can see this is active tonight with the Nets hosting the Raptors. So let's go to trend number 4. And guys, if you have any trends or situational angles that you'd like me to look up for tonight's NBA games, drop those requests in the comments. If you have found any trends or situational angles that are active for tonight's games, please drop those in the comments as well. Everybody would love to see those. For this next trend, we're going to look at the Dallas Mavericks. We're going to go back to November 29th of last year when they're facing an opponent that is averaging 21 or fewer free throw attempts per game. So these are basically teams they're playing against that aren't real good at drawing fouls because they don't get to the free throw line that often. So we'll hit the SDQL button. You can see the over-under is 11-0, 11 overs, no unders. These games went over by an average of about 16.25 points per game. That is a very healthy margin. Now, yes, there was one overtime game in this set, and there were 23 points scored in that overtime period. So 23 points spread out over 11 games is only going to knock this margin down about 2 points. So you're still looking at an over margin of about 14.2 points per game, which is still an excellent margin. And you can see that this is active tonight with the Mavs hosting the Rockets. And that is going to bring us to the fifth and final trend for today. Before I get to that, guys, since September 18th, so basically 2.5 months now, I am number one in profit at WagerTalk, number one in winning percentage. I've got one play today. It is an NBA best bet. You can get it right now on my page at dbbets.com. It's right there in the upper right-hand corner. It's backed by a 14-0 situational angle. It's not only backed by a 14-0 situational angle, it is also backed by a league-wide angle that has cashed 73.5% winners going back to last season. All of that is included in the write-up. You can get that right now on my page at dbbets.com. So let's close this out with the fifth and final trend for today. We're going to look at the Boston Celtics just this season. And we're going to look at them when they have won 4 or 5 of their last 6 games. And the line for the game today is not between the twos. So they're either an underdog of more than 2 points or they are a favorite of more than 2 points. And we will hit the SDQL button. And again, it's going to think a little, and you can see the over-under is 0-9, no overs, 9 unders. These 9 games stayed under by almost 12 points per game on average. And you can see that this is active tonight with the Celtics hosting the Bulls. And guys, that is going to do it for today's NBA Trend Report. Again, if you have any trends that you found for tonight's games, drop them in the comments. If you have any requests of situational angles you want me to look up, drop those in the comments as well. Don't forget to head over to dbbets.com and grab that big NBA best bet for tonight that's backed by a perfect 14-0 angle and a 73.5% league-wide situation. And as always, guys, best of luck on all of your wagers today.